Okay, we're back, and I kind of forgot that we were coming back to scratch this ticket because I'm so bad at everything I do.
I know.
All right, this music though definitely needs to be put on the almost mute. It's I was actually discussing this during the break. It's like too upbeat to be elevator music, but it's like too bad to be anything else. But okay, let's get my webcam in a way that's not gonna get me in trouble because I have no pants on. But here's the real question though, and Zombie Rub, this is you and you alone have to make this decision. Do I use the Looney or the Tony to scratch
Looney.
this ticket? All right, we're going big, boys. Let's see if I can webcam this in a way that will be hang this off the top of my water bottle, maybe. Okay, so here's the deal. Here's how this works, guys. I have to get 3 matching things through. Which game do I play first? I got 1 through 6, Zombie Rub. You can make that choice.
6.
Okay, so we can start with 1. Oh, $25. Oh, $25. Oh, we started off with 225s, guys.
That's how they get you. Don't get too excited.
I know. What would that even be like? $25 a week for 5 weeks? Like,
I don't know how this one.
oh, I saw a 5. It was a 15. They bamboozled me. All
I'm boozled.
right, looks like this first one is not a winner. All right, so
Should've
Twitch
gone with
chat.
6 first. Sure.
Twitch chat. I got 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. You guys pick. Start spamming those numbers. Which one should I scratch off next? I'm also realizing how difficult this is to see, so maybe I'll full screen it. Whoop. Whoop. Look at these guys having a nice time on the beach. Wait, are those lesbians? No, I think
Because
it's
there's
just
2 women next to each other on a beach.
well, I mean, look at the setting though. This isn't like hanging out on the beach with your friend having some fun. This is like,
I mean, to be honest, it kind of like, their hands are getting awfully close and they're both kind of looking away, like in that kind of cute, like rom-com way where they're about to
like you
move
adjust
the
this hand
over.
slightly and you accidentally brush up against hers. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, well, I guess
True.
we're touching. We might as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I see a lot for 4. We'll go with 4 next. All right, you know what? Last time I did this all coy and I like went around in a circle. I'm just gonna blitz this one down. Oh, damn it! Kind of close. 220s, 250s, but no dice because I need 3. All right, Zombie, which one did you say you wanted? 6?
Mhm.
All right, let's go with 6 next, guys. Oh, 20,000. That's a 20,000 scratcher. That one there is. Yeah.
I told you.
I mean, it doesn't matter if it doesn't actually work. If you don't actually win. So far, there's nothing. We're literally getting nothing. Rip. Just so people are aware, this is probably the first lottery ticket I've scratched in like 3 or 4 years. I'm fully aware how bad I am at this.
Be bad at the.
I mean, the actual scratching. I almost got a free ticket by the looks of it, but no. 2 500s and a 50 is so trolly. Can I just mark in like an extra 0 with like an ink pen? That will make it
Yes.
worthwhile.
Yes.
We still have 3.5 minutes to go until we're ready back from the break, guys. So let's see here. We'll let Twitch chat. Here's what we'll do. Franker Z for 2, Kappa for 3, and Oh My Dog for 5. So Frankers for 2, Kappa for 3, and Oh My Dog for 5. That's some greasy fingers. My fingers ain't that greasy. The hell you talking about, dog? I've been using this Purell Ocean Kiss hand sanitizer pretty religiously, all right? My hands smell amazing and there's no grease. All right, that's a lot of Kappas. I think without a doubt then we're going with 3. We're losers again. I can't take this. You know what this is? This is like the money equivalent of going on Tinder and swapping right on everybody and never getting a match. You just feel so bad about it afterwards. You're just like, I would have been better off not doing this at all. All right. Well, my pick. I'm gonna go with 2, and then we'll do the big one last.
All right.
Or I could do be really annoying. Hang on. I'll do half and then half.
What is the free tick? Oh, you get a. Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay, well, looks like these two 20,000 match, and I think only it says 3 to win, right? All right, let's. I don't think we're saving esports today, boys. Got pretty close in a couple of these, though.
Yeah, close.
Like 2 out of 3 is close, yeah. Sorry, lesbians. Only your legs remain. And this, by the way, is why I like legs and butts over boobs, guys. Oh, you know what? I think I actually won $10. Yeah, I got 3 10s. Hey, we did it! We can go buy 2 more tickets. These tickets cost $5 each. This is how to get you. I just won $10.
It is.
I just won $10, boys.
We'd win $1 and then cash it in and then get another one.
Well, actually, what's funny is if I cash this in and then just buy 1 ticket, I actually end up ahead, right? Because I spent $5 for this after losing 20 at the casino. Whatever. Saving esports, $10, boys. Yeah, that's exactly what just happened.
Yes. Now I get all the money in base trade.
No, you know what? I think this is actually kind of fun. So I'm going to, for tomorrow, oh no, we're not streaming tomorrow. For the BTSL finals, I'm going to go buy 2 more lottery tickets. So we'll kill some downtime.
All right, then. That sounds like a good...
I like double checking this, like make sure I didn't miss something.
I think Twitch chat would have helped you if you'd missed something.
Yeah, I think I got 3 10s. It's not bad. I mean, this is cool because like I've never, like I said, I haven't done a lottery ticket like 5 years, and I win $10 off the first one. Heck yeah, dude. But all right, looks like we're back from the break for VSL 2, which is great. So we don't have to kill more. You know what? This is great. This actually killed 10 minutes. Yesterday, I actually almost fell asleep during the break. It was that bad. So this successfully killed some downtime. Hey, Rifkin is becoming an addict. Yeah, that's how that starts, guys. Rifkin, you just won $5 using the gambling addict logic right now. Well, here's the difference, though. I'm not sitting here buying like 40 tickets. I'm not sitting here like trying to justify buying like so many tickets, right? This is just like a for fun thing.
All it takes is thinking, okay, I won $5 for the next stream. Oh, I lost $5, but it's still fun, so I'll do it for the next stream.
Well, you know what? In fairness, this is actually technically more cost effective than the Pokemon cards I was buying and opening on stream.
Well, that is absolutely true. I mean, God, Pokemon cards are the waste of money.
You're just justifying buying more tickets right now. Guys, let's be perfectly clear. There's no like addiction concern here. This is a for fun thing, and hey, we did well with it, so let's keep doing well with it. But I'm not going to be spending money outside of it. Like if we win like another 15, then I will spend another 15. But if we win like another 5, I'm not going on my way to buy 5 more tickets. But
if you won $2,000, we'd just be like, that's it. That's all I'm ever gonna win.
If I won $2,000, we could host a really fun tournament. Like legitimately, 100% here. I am at least comfortable enough and happy enough being able to pay for my place and afford food without worry. I really wouldn't mind putting $2,000. Like if we won $2,000, that would be so fun for like a tournament.
That wasn't a serious question. That was more like if you won $2,000, would you be like, I'm happy with this because this is the most I'm gonna get lucky, or would you be like, well, maybe I could win $10,000?
Well, Nervoth says nope, 400 more tickets. Yep. That's how that's gonna go. I wonder how many they have available in a store. Like, I can't imagine there's a lot of people who walk in 20,000 cash in hand saying, "Give me all your lottery tickets," right? Like, do they only have like 10 tickets at the countertop? I don't know.
Oh no, they have like rolls, right? These rolls hold like 200 tickets, and they have like, because I buy mine at the gas station, and they have like maybe 20 of the rolls, so 20 of 200.
But years ago, do you do like a lot of lottery tickets then, or what?
No. If we buy lottery tickets, it's usually actually the grocery store, which has like a big old vending machine. But I mean, if you ever go to 7-Eleven, that's what you see, because it's like a glass thing on the counter when you pay for stuff. So it's always available and it's always right there, just like the cigarettes.
Interesting.
Get two addictions with one stone.
I know, it's like... God, the subcaster was so bad. So happy Rifkin is back. I don't know who you're talking about, but thank you. I'm glad that you're happy that I'm back. I was probably talking about Fear Dragon. Never mind. Feels bad, man.
Rude.
Yeah, Fear Dragon was actually helping us out a bunch that day. I was in no shape to cast. Like, I would have come on and just been useless, and I was apparently gonna have no internet that day anyways. Like, I had contacted Fear Dragon like 3 hours before the cast, and he was like happy to fill in. But then like an hour later, my internet goes out. I'm like, well, how long is this gonna last? So I get on my phone and I Google, and it's like, oh, there's scheduled maintenance for 7 hours. We didn't tell you about it, but it's happening. I'm like, great. Anyways, let's turn the music back up. Looks like we're going to be getting into a game here. Classic versus Bunny for the winner's match.
Classic. Thank you, Bridge4, for the 2-month resub.
Don't know what to say, so I'm going to make a joke. My mother said I was autistic, but I'm not good at drawing. You must be a British sub.
I get it. Clever.
Alright, well, we're loading into Belshire Vestige for the first game in this best of 3 whenever this gets out of the group. And I guess the VSL individual league actually has some cool stuff where top 4 placements.
Those are slow wins.
You know what? I just realized that too. I was going to actually say something about it. Top 4 placements get to pick the team league, but bottom right, quickly doing it, it's the Red Protoss Classic.
In the top left, as the blue Terran, he is Bunny. He's the blue bunny. Delicious.
I feel like, okay. I feel like the way they do their intros too is so just like, you startled the guy, so he zooms in really quick. Like, what? I didn't see that. But yeah, so there's a lot of prize money actually on the line for this. I think first place is like $4,000 or $5,000 or something like that. But beyond that, you know, last year VSL got a lot of success and a lot of hype from its team league. And they are doing that again, but not everybody and anybody can register for a team. In fact, you have to win placement here to create said team, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, kind of a cooler way to integrate, I suppose, team into individual. I suppose just being 2 separate things. Integration. Power words.
Synergy.
Synergy. That's right. What did 30 Rock do? Rhubarb.
What?
Is that 30 Rock or is that something else?
I don't remember this from 30 Rock. I could be wrong, but I don't remember it.
Oh man, I really hope chat can help me out. This might bother me for the rest of the cast. Anyway, Proxy.
Yeah, and this goes right back to what we were talking about before with Classic. Cheesy play from him. Cheesy player maybe, but the point is versus Terran, Classic and Hero have been really setting themselves apart from the rest of the Protoss out there, and they have been the ones kicking so much ass, and a lot of it has to do with proxies and cheese and less than quote-unquote standard play.
Where do you think that plane is going, Rifkin? You think it's going to Belshire Vestige?
You know what? I was hoping if I just kept talking over it, you wouldn't hear it.
It's going to fly right over the Stargate. No, that's not that bad. Classic does have 2 probes that are still like in secret locations, and I really wonder like which one he's gonna use. Proxy that pylon. There's 50-50. Oh, the Reaper Scout so next is an immediately withdraw us. It's like, oh, I know what's going on here.
Yeah, actually, I think this is a really smart move. On one hand, the Reaper's gonna be looking to see what type of proxy it is. It's most likely going to be the Stargate, but you also want us at home to catch that probe if you can to stop it from putting the pylon down. But
yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Dom, for the Photoshop earlier, and the $5 says if you win, I want 50%. Oh, is this for? Oh, so I have to buy 3 tickets? Is that what this is for?
That's a really good investment potential. Like, I don't think that's fair.
Actually, I wonder how that would work. Like, is that ethical? Like, to raise stream donations to buy something like a lottery ticket?
I don't think it's ethical at all. But, I mean, what is ethics?
I feel like, well, so here's the thing, though, right? If you're doing what I'm doing with it, in terms of, like, you're planning to try and use it for more stream content, I think it is ethical.
Could you write it off on your taxes?
I doubt that, but... anyways, hang on, this is going really, really poorly. He almost stopped this from getting out of hand. If it was just the Oracle, he could certainly manage, but it's not just the Oracle. And the Reaper didn't stop that second probe, and it's really important that Classic had that second probe, because the first one did die.
Yeah. Well, the good news is there's no follow-up they have to be worried about in terms of like the front. Rather, there is another Oracle already following this up, so that's not what I mean. But like he really tried his best to defend against this, but unfortunately, two bunkers wasn't really the way to go. He still loses a lot of SCVs, still loses the reactor to supply depots, and while it might be safe against any follow-up all-ins, not many players follow up all-in. It really is just the follow-up Oracle, and then maybe a Void Ray, and then a Nexus. I don't know about the Void Ray, really, but certainly a Nexus. Even gets the bunker.
Oh, wow. Knocking the salvage out on that is a little bit brutal, to be honest. The Void Ray, you thought the Cyclone was going to maybe be a problem for the Oracle, sure, but the Void Ray is going to wreck that Cyclone if it gets the chance, especially with two Oracles to guard it.
There's two Void Rays who would win at this.
Acceleration point on the Void Ray was increased. Cool to see. Lock-on's actually not bad, though. It looks like he'll get the Void Ray. If those Oracles come in sooner, maybe they're going to stop at the Marines. But I will say Bunny's actually finding a decent hold, all things considered. I thought this was going to go much more terribly. And in fact, I thought that Void Ray would even be GG.
Yeah, again, if it was two Void Rays, I think absolutely it was a GG. Or maybe the Void Ray with the Oracles, it would have been very close. But without the Oracles, yeah, the Void Ray didn't seem like too much of a threat. It looked kind of odd for Class to think that it would do a lot. But maybe I didn't expect the follow-up Cyclone. There's another Cyclone on the way and another Oracle as Bunny realizes there's, going to be more emphasis on the air than just the two Oracles. Unfortunately, though, without the bunker at the front, Classic could just, try and attack with ground units as well as air units and turn it into somewhat of an attack. Like, it's really hard to call it an all-in when there's not much gateway power behind this, but it did stop producing probes. He has a Nexus, but he's not really using it.
I think that what's really important here, though, Bunny, his calm, collected, and even defensive stance here still might not be enough. Like, the Cyclones got wrecked, obviously. The Marines are doing what they can, but Voiders are just really strong units, generally speaking. Yeah. And this is just falling apart.
If he had that bunker at the front and the mass repair went down on it, I wonder how this would have been different. If he, of course, didn't lose as much as he did early on, it would have been very different too. But while a tank pops out, there's that high ground vision. Tank's gonna go ahead and take it out. GG.
Classic. Steals that first game.
Kind of. Bunny had such perfect scouting for it, but I would say that he looked very clumsy in his reaction. There is a perfect response to that, but that wasn't it.
To be clear about what happened with the opening, because I feel like this was such a refined moment, I guess you could say. The Reaper killing the second, because there's the Reaper and a Marine. If they had killed that second probe, I don't think this would have gotten out of hand. Like, just the Oracle alone is not bad to deal with. Follow-up Oracle, still not an issue. Void Ray, not a problem if you didn't take those other losses, and it just snowballed from there. So it kind of sucks. Because the one hit Bunny, as you point out, he had perfect scouting. Immediately came home with the Reaper. Like, he was ready to deal with the probe. He just wasn't ready to deal with two.
Yeah, that does suck, but I also wonder what the two bunkers cost him. Unfortunately, as we're not in-game observing, I couldn't see exactly what was stalled out, but I would have loved to have seen, because I'm pretty, like, in the early game like that, you're pretty, like, specific with how you use your minerals. Getting an engineering bay to respond against that means that your orbital is a lot later at the natural. So, like, I'm sure there was something to be said about those 200 minerals that could have gone into maybe more Marines, which would have been more helpful than the bunkers helped out. So, I don't know. And maybe Would Have Mine earlier would have also been better as opposed to the second Cyclone. I don't know. There's a ton of different responses, and that's one of the first times I've seen someone try and do the bunker response in a long time. And it didn't work.
Well, game number 2 is kicking off. We're about to find out the map. Bunny is, I do want to note, like, good enough of a player to bring this back. I really don't think that first game is too indicative of the series.
I don't know. It did work out so effectively despite being scouted. That's good again. I really wish the other maps would be chosen.
I know, right? Bottom right, we got the Red Protoss Classic.
Where's the Paladino intro?
I could just play it.
In the bottom left is the blue Terran. He is Bunny.
What's kind of funny though is, speaking of the other maps, though, this really says a lot about the maps available. Whereas I'm actually a little bit surprised we're not seeing more Abyssal Reef, because it has been so frequently picked in all of our events, foreign and Korean. I'm wondering if VSL maybe has a limited map pool, kind of like the Alima League, perhaps? I don't actually know the map pool of VSL. In fact, just so everyone's aware, I'm, all things considered, kind of uninformed about it, because there's just not a lot of information ready and available.
I'd be very surprised if that was the case.
Yeah, actually, it only has 5 maps. Or wait, those are just map statistics? Maybe only 5 maps have been played. So I'm looking at Wikipedia right now.
I think maybe only 5 maps have been played.
Yeah.
I know, wait, it says... Oh, wait, no.
No, because Proxima hasn't been played yet at all. So maybe they only have the 5. Belshire, Cactus, Honor Grounds, Newkirk, and Proxima.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Didn't see Abyss. Wait, what? Those are some very odd map choices for only 5 maps. But if that's something they wanted to experiment with, then cool.
To be clear, guys, this is just us taking a glance at the Wikipedia. We don't know the rules. We don't know the actual set for it. If that is the case, that blows me away, because Abyssal is such a well-liked map by many, many players. But it would also explain why we're not seeing it through 2 different groups now.
Yeah. I guess Honor Grounds makes more sense that they put Paladino in, but Honor Grounds is still usually, I would say, the second to last pick. Yeah. Oh, well, maybe I'm just biased. The Illuma League makes more sense, but it's interesting. Maybe they did get some inspiration from the Illuma League, or maybe they just don't like that map. Or maybe they didn't pay someone to make a map intro. Who knows?
Well, thank you, Taco Stuff. I love Taco Stuff.
Tacos are okay. You know.
We made tacos in Toronto. That's actually probably one of my favorite memories from the from staying together. Taco night on stream.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. The one base here, not proxied. No pylon getting ready to go out either. But it is still a one base Stargate, and that's something that Bunny is going to have to react to. This time, Scout's really early again. Has a command center in the main base. Not that his command center was bad on the low ground. At most, you lose the SCV that's mining and you have to lift it. But because he felt the need to protect it and built a bunker there, I think that took away too many minerals. And he's kind of compensating.
This is... I like that he's playing it more safe, though. Even something simple like this, followed up with that bunker, too. Like, there's no chance that this gets away from him, at least early on. And I think that's the problem when you're playing against Protoss like Classic, who, you know, whether they're being cheesy or whether they're playing straight up, like, they run away with the game early on.
Oh. But, like, on the flip side, this is why I also like that Classic doesn't commit as much as he did. Like, he did not proxy the Stargate, and he's not going for the pylon rush.
I feel when your DPS isn't good enough to stop the Mothership Core.
He time warps. He time warps. You know what,
that's kind of neat, because the Marines won't be able to give chases easily. Well, no, you can still like. Okay, I don't know. The Oracle control is a bit messed up there, but I was just gonna say the time warp's funny because I don't think it's so much about affecting mining. It's just about the Oracle and the Mothership Core getting away better and easier and more safely.
I think there's a lot, like, I really liked it. I think it had a lot to do with a lot of things. Like, it was a little bit of the mining, it was getting away, retreating, and it was also just that they couldn't retreat away from the Oracle faster. Like, you know, that extra second it takes to get to that bunker would have been, well, it should have been like an extra 4 SCVs if the control was a little bit better. And if they hadn't already been pre-pulled at the time the Militia Corps threw it down. It was cool. You know, it could have cost him the recall, but the Militia Corps did get out, so it's A-okay. 2 Oracles still live, however, and Bunny still has a very unideal build with his command center still in his main base. Like, it's really, like, it's really hard to criticize something that is working, technically, but we have seen players defend against this, even, like, A-okay, still having a command center on low ground without a bunker, you know, and not take more than still 7 SCVs worth of damage, which would have been fine. Anything more was questionable. But Bunny takes about 7 SCVs, right? And then also has the bunker and also has a command center on the high grounds. But if it works, it works. If it gets into the mid game, that's what's most important.
Well, these are both so hurt already. My concern is, like, the what am I going off might just kill both of them.
Yeah, actually. It's definitely scary here with these 2 Oracles being as low as they are. We have Blink following this up. So probably in a 2-base Colossus. Maybe tries to contain with Blink as well because the barracks are going to be a little bit later. Couple more SCVs taken out here. Viking! Yeah, gotta be careful. Might get both oracles. If there's like, oh, well, the middle mine's going to. Nope, he remembers. He remembers that's there.
Just, barely skirts by. Barely.
Very nice. Classic is sending a probe, I believe. Yeah, even slow warp-ins, if you know they don't have stim for a long time, yeah, Blink will still dominate. Or, well, actually, it's Bunny's moving out. So I would say that most people don't expect to non-stim move out. So Classic, did he see it? I don't think so. I don't think he had a revelation. I don't think the probe saw it. Well, now he sees it.
Cyclone's going to easily take on that stalker, not a problem.
Yeah. Of course, Blink isn't done yet, and that is a little difficult to do, as... I mean, Classic might ultimately still get to Colossus, but he was warping in Stalkers, not, like, getting a Robo real quick, like...
Ooh, I like this, with the Widowmine set up behind. Unfortunately, though, that means, like, to move forward, you're going to be running into these overcharges, potentially, but now this is bad for Classic. Like, he really can't push forward. Those Widowmines have cut off his Stalkers pretty effectively, too.
Yeah, he also missed micros.
Oh, slow warp-ins. Feels bad, man.
Oh, that's hurt. That's hurtful, but to be honest... I don't even know if he has to pull the probes. He doesn't. Yeah, he realizes that too. Like these non-stim, non-combat shield Marines. The scariest thing about this push was definitely the Widowmines. You know, the Marines were kind of taken out pretty easily even, and now he's gonna lose all of his army because there is Blink, and Classic has morphing and Stalkers. He can counterattack.
This was really key to have that detection, by the way. Like if those Widowmines didn't get revealed, there's no way he was gonna be able to push into that and break that at all. So. For Classic, like that was pretty down to the wire for a moment. His counter though is gonna be met with a tank and a lot of Marines, and I think Bunny should be okay.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, but Classic decides to go for it. That was very risky. Loses two Stalkers isn't too bad for a tank though.
It's still kind of expensive for the Protoss. I mean, Stalkers are not so you can easily and freely give away.
I think it's worth. That tank was something that he was really relying on, and he has more Stalkers already rallied in and now warping in, and actually, these are still non-stim Marines. He just needed to take out that one tank.
Stim's
and the
like
second
8
one
seconds out. Feels bad, man.
The second one could also be pounced upon. Yeah.
Stim finishes now, though. Maybe he can start getting some of these and start cleaning it up. I mean, yes, this was really expensive, and he's losing a lot of mining time through these SCVs, but if he gets all the Stalkers, then I think it's worth it, but he's not going to. The Blink control is actually pretty good. Classic pulls back one at a time, individually picking them out. Oh, it doesn't die!
Oh, man. I think he thought there was an observer, but it was just the high ground Stalkers providing each other.
Oh my god, Classic's Blink control was so sick!
Yeah, it was very good. There's such a small army follow-up. Classic is going to go with this third base, not really have to worry about drops. He can put his Chrono into probes. He finally has that Robo too, so he can start getting like observers out in the field, because I guess his Oracles both died. I don't know what happened to the second Oracle, but the Stalkers can just control too for a little while longer. This is a very good game, but Classic. He's gonna miss the drops that are headed to his third base, but is this really enough to deal enough damage to it before warp-ins come in?
It just goes right past the tank.
Yeah, luckily all the upgrades are finished, so there's no sniping that.
Interesting, if he had just kept going south, I don't feel like the bio here was that threatening.
Yeah, hard to say, I guess. I guess if he's going to surround and then bio gets on top of your Stalkers, it is, dangerous.
I guess that would be the equivalent of going all in, but still interesting to just see him not want to commit like that. Drop over on the other side is finally paying him back. Bunny's getting some revenge. Yeah,
this is doing more than I thought it would. There's no Mothership Core over here. The Stalkers, I think he had just used the warp-in offensively, so he couldn't get anything over here. And his army finally comes, but it's too late. He's not going to be able to get the medevac either, I don't think. Even with a blink forward.
By the way, thanks to some folks in chat, we have just confirmed that it is only 5 maps available. Belshire, Cactus, Undergrounds, Newkirk, and Proxima. So no Palladino, I get. Palladino is not a great map. But no Abyssal really catches me off guard.
Yeah, me too. Underground instead is a little weird. But Classic loses his third base, and that's definitely great for Bunny, who needed that victory. He does not have a third base of his own. DTs are being warped in, and the missile turrets are placed, sure, but they're for warp prisms, not for detection. The Observer's going to see a lack of missile turret at the front base, and he might try and get a couple of units, as opposed to just running in. Oh, no, he picked him up in his warp prism. Either way. Observer is scanned. I guess now he can't poke at the front, but DT's going the main base. And he didn't he hit a Warp Prism. Missile turret in the natural, but not in the main base. That sucks. And it looks like he doesn't have a lot of energy.
This is painful. There's
Yeah,
so
it
many
is.
tanks and everything's just being forced to run around and hope that the DTs don't kill it. Scan
He
goes
needs
down,
those
but he only
tanks.
gets one of the DTs. Second one's
needed a
still killing
free.
tanks.
He needs like a really strong follow-up push with tanks included, and losing 2 is pretty bad. 5 SCVs. Drops, they are still floating around here, and they might get another chance at killing a couple of probes. But Classic retreats his army to a more defensive position.
Oh, that's so annoying. The turret's so close to finishing. Even just trading out the SCVs for this is worth it, right? Like, this was some very severe damage out of Classic. Now, third base is going to be under contest once again in just a moment here. I think the overcharges should be good enough. There's like 4 of them locked and loaded. Maybe?
Pylons are out of position.
If only you could overcharge the Nexus, right?
If only. If only that was a thing. The army was close enough. Just talking. Oh, okay. Bunny. Oh, look at Bunny.
I'm feeling real bad for Bunny right now because I feel like he had such a great showing in his opening match today. Like, dominant. But falling apart versus Classic, I don't think it's too much of a shame either, because Classic has seriously been going toe-to-toe with some of the big dogs, like bigger than Bunny, better than Bunny, players like Beyond and otherwise, and his playstyle is so frustrating to play against for certain, but what I love is it's not so, like, Arthur was a Protoss player who only relied on cheese. And that would be like the first half of Classic. But Classic actually has follow-up. Like, his macro game's on point. His harassment was so good. The Immortals come into this fight perhaps a little bit underprepared, but when he meets up with the rest of his army and backs away from this, maybe looking to be a better fight.
Yeah. For sure. Okay, Bunny goes for a drop that is going to be only somewhat protected by his tanks. I don't know about this. The tanks are kind of the power move here.
Well, they are on the low ground, kind of protected. The Soccer's blink over.
Depths, please. They're all types of choked in that ramp, and Bunny maybe just found a very, very good position.
Well, I think this was a mistake out of Classic. Like, I really truly feel like he should just let the bio go for the moment and used everything to kill the tanks on the ground. Like, the Immortals would have cleared that out in 2 seconds flat.
Still not enough. I agree, though. I think that was a little bit clumsier than it had to be, but it still wasn't enough by Bunny. And retreating is not necessarily an option. This isn't even an orbital, although we did manage to squeeze in a third base. Surprising. Can't get any mining over there. He's at 30 workers. I don't think he has any upgrades. Well, I can't tell because of the overlay. Feels good overlay.
There we go.
Alright, it's actually 1-1 versus 1-1.
That is
so
actually...
He does have
we talked earlier about like trying to click and use the in-game buttons. Like, I keep hitting G a lot, hoping to bring up the upgrades tab.
Man. Oh, it should all the time, always. Well.
I don't think the technology's there.
I don't know. Yeah. It sounds like something that just will take way too long to put in the game. To me, personally. Yeah, passive aggressiveness aside, Bunny still can't get his third base. DTs keep on either stopping it from landing or killing the SCVs that go over there.
Is it the whole point of passive aggressiveness because it is to the side? Like,
even further to the side. I guess that is. I've never thought about passive aggressiveness being to the side, but I guess in a way, yeah.
Alright, it doesn't see this third vision showing that. It's a little bit awkward, but Classic will see it here in just a moment, I'm sure.
Yeah. I want to go back on like what you were talking about for the push happened, because, you know, it was an okay push. Not enough to bring it back into this game. This game's still in Classic's
oh no, he just took 3
here,
mules. I don't think he's gonna have scan energy.
No, he doesn't. Oh, no, he does. Oh, thank God. He had
Oh,
one. Way to go, man. Way to go.
I sat there like rubbing my temples for poor Bunny.
Anyways, but yeah, about Bunny having such a great showing in the first game in TVZ, absolutely, and then just not having a great showing here in TVP. I'm trying to think back to any other time we've cast Bunny in a TVP against a cheesy Protoss at the very least, and I can't recall any specific games, unfortunately. I know we've cast him in TVP, but I can't remember the specific games.
Well, if you were Mothership Core, maybe you could.
He just didn't really seem to have a great response to the early game. Again, like, it's really harsh to critique it so much when he did hold at the end of the day, but Bjorn would not have built bunkers. He would not have put his command center in his main base. He would have held in a more fluid way, if that makes any sense. And I think that he just actually has a bit of a problem against the cheesier Protosses. He does seem like overly scared.
It kind of makes me think of some of the players yesterday too. Like just this one particular matchup might be your Achilles heel, I guess. One particular style of matchup even too. But look at the transfer through. There's not really any Widow Mines. I'm now just realizing, well, there's a drop on the other side of the map while this goes on. It's do or die for Bunny here. He can do whatever on the other side of the map. It won't matter. GG. Classic takes the series 2-0. Congratulations. So he'll move on to that round of 8.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, well, this whole group has been, it's interesting. I don't want to say like easy peasy. 2-0, 2-0, 2-0 all over the place.
Yeah.
I guess yesterday we did have a couple of game 3s, but not much. This is by the way, sorry, let me turn this down for a moment here. This is why I really, for us, we started moving away from best of 3s. Because you do get a lot of these 2-0s, but as we got into best of 5s, and you guys can go back and look at scores to prove this, we actually had a lot of reverse kills, and you would have these really awesome series that suddenly got turned on their head because you had that extra game. Don't get me wrong, best of 3s are mostly done for the interest of time, and the broadcast runs about 3 or 4 hours anyways, so it's like perfect to have best of 3s in terms of like organizational point of view, but I think best of 5s are far better for a playing point of view. Although, you know, this is the type of thing I really wish we had more vocal pros that we could like have like a talk show about, like even if we weren't the ones hosting it, but have someone else discuss this topic, because I think it's actually an interesting topic. But regardless of that, this will now send us to the losers match coming up next with Poor Solar versus Rogue in a ZVZ.
Very different matchup.
You know, but here's the nice thing though. If you consider Bunny is guaranteed a TVZ in the finals of the group, there's a decent chance Bunny gets out of this group in second place.
I have a good feeling Bunny does. He looked really good.
What is the? Okay, I'm sorry. This has nothing to do with StarCraft. Have you seen this thread about Mass Effect? The facial animations.
No, but I want to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna screen
did
catch this real quick. This is hilarious. Like I've heard that these were bad. I didn't realize until seeing just now how bad this was. I like the penguin one.
Yeah.
Not bad. Yeah, I love StarCraft, guys. I want to make that very clear. Like I actually play StarCraft a considerable amount in my downtime. Oh, I guess they have highlights, and they're doing an interview. Oh, they didn't do interviews yesterday. Interesting. I like StarCraft a lot. I do play it a lot in my downtime, even when we're not streaming. But I've been so hyped for Mass Effect, and it's so disappointing to see all these weird little things that shouldn't be. Like this is stuff that I feel like should be in the beta that you're rolling out, not like we release in like 10 days.
Oh yeah, I mean I agree to an extent. So for me, it's really disheartening to see as many negative critique as there has been. Like animation aside, people have been saying that the story isn't that great, the voice acting isn't that great, like, you know, etc., etc. For me, I don't even really. Mass Effect has always had somewhat bad animation and bad lip syncing and bad, like, attempts to be real, shall we say? So when in the advertisement they had a kissing scene, I was already like, oh, that's gonna be so hilariously bad, because it always is. Romance in Mass Effect never looked good. Yeah. Like, oh, sex down to Liara, ooh, pixels.
Yeah,
nice.
And the best thing is like when they would do like they wouldn't like feel each other up sensually. Their hands just kind of moved like a weird robot shaking up and like, down, like.
Yeah. So yeah, I wasn't expecting much from the animation, and the lip syncing I think I can actually get over, as bad as it is, like if you just look at it at a technical point of view. But apparently there's other things that are bad about the game, which is kind of disappointing. But I really don't want to like. I actually like. I'm really just thinking that maybe it's a little too over critiqued because it is such an overhyped game.
Well, I just hope that regardless of like whatever for critique, because I don't care much for critique, good or bad. I really loved Mass Effect, and I don't want this to be the game that makes me not love Mass Effect, because I've gotten to see so many previews for it and some stuff even the public hasn't seen, and it looked good. I'm just astonished that it ends up looking so goofy.
Yeah, well, I also wonder how much of it is my character looks good on the creation screen. Oh God, what have I done in game?
There's a game called Arc. Have you heard or seen anything of this one?
Yeah.
So there's character selection there. You use the sliders to decide your character. I named my character Max, and I just put all the settings on Max. And I ended up with this like behemoth of a man that was like super stout, big, huge, fat. Like, It was good 4 feet taller than everyone else in game. Like it's just character creation is not where I get hung up.
Yeah.
Always they're doing a bit of an interview with Classic. Unfortunately, there's no translation or anything like that, so especially no audio coming through. So what we're gonna do is toss off to a break, guys. I don't think there's gonna be a 10-minute in between. I think it's just gonna be the interview, and then we'll probably jump to the next series. So sit tight, and we'll see you guys soon with more of the VSL Group B when we return.